Welcome back to the second official episode of the Split Field podcast. I'm your co-host, Max Lee, alongside your other co-host, Davenport Crocker. And today, we have a very special guest appearance from college basketball analyst and enthusiast, Joey Pinozzo. Alongside that, we have Brody in the producer role, crossing the T's and dotting the I's. Let's break it down.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the second episode. We are amidst the most wonderful time of the year. It is March. Brackets are being busted. Perfect bracket still in the air, maybe? Haven't checked the facts on that lately. It is now Friday night, 6:43 p.m. Let's talk about the VCU-UNC upset. I was watching that game. Wonderful game, start to finish. I want to hear your thoughts on it.
All right, so the UNC VCU game, probably the greatest game thus far, other than the High Point Wisconsin game. Star player Terrence Hill Jr., one of the greatest players I think I've seen thus far. He had 34 points, absolutely dominated in the second half of the game. The VCU also came back from 20-point deficit at half, which I think just shows their resilience, Joey, any thoughts?
Yeah, I just like to really just when I think of UNC, I think of it factor, and Cam Wilson has been the it factor all year for UNC, and his injury I think has really left a bad effect on the team, and you could tell they were missing him last night when they needed a bucket, down the stretch, they didn't have him. When they needed a stop, they didn't have him. And I thought VCU played great together basketball, and it was a great game to watch. And I'm really happy for VCU because they're moving on and they could be a Cinderella. So we'll have to see how this goes.
Yep.
Yeah, Terrence Hill Jr. I mean, what a gift it was to watch him play. Obviously, I'm not deep in the college basketball world, so I didn't really know him beforehand. But I mean, 34, 5-5. That's a great stat line to have in any game, especially when you're playing the 6th seed UNC when you need that extra firepower. So that was by far one of the best games of the tournament so far. I want to talk about one of the other good ones, the High Point, Wisconsin. Who had High Point here? I had High Point. Oh, Joey,
I
you had
Wisconsin there.
Yes, sir. We had High Point.
Okay. Yeah, I took High Point for my friend Will Palmer out there. Shout him out. Big High Point guy. What are your guys' thoughts of it? How big of an upset is it? Can High Point go the distance? What are your thoughts?
So High Point, biggest upset so far in the tournament. I think it really boiled down to the fourth quarter in this game. Tensions were high, pressure was high, and boy, were the fans loving it. Johnson, number 99 on High Point. You just have to highlight him for his electric fourth quarter. Lining up, if anything, any shot beyond the arc, he just took it, fired it, and made it every single time. It was just great to watch him play.
Yeah, just to second that, I think that was a really great victory for High Point, and I do think they could be a Cinderella. I mean, looking at Wisconsin before the game, they were riding high. They had just lost to Michigan by a couple points. They have great shooters, great big men shooters. They can really spread out the floor, and I think Wisconsin was a really tough team to beat, but High Point got the job done. So kudos to them, and I think they can be really scary in the next round.
Yeah, I mean, just in that game against Wisconsin, yeah, I mean, Johnson looked great. I think their future could come down. They could be a Cinderella. I think I'm not banking on it. Because who do they play next? They play.
They're gonna they have a tough road ahead of them, especially in that conference. But nonetheless,
yeah. Okay, so we can move forward now to the Duke Siena game, which I think many people were on edge about when Duke was down that like 10, 15 points.
Yeah, unbelievable.
At half. What are your guys' thoughts about that? Is Duke maybe not as good as people were hyping them up to be, or is it just first round jitters? Like, let's calm down. They're still going to win the tournament. What are your thoughts?
So watching that game, I was on the edge of my seat. Boy, was that a scary one. In half my brackets, I believe I have Duke taking it all away. And just watching that game versus Siena, I don't think they have what it takes to make it even to the Final Four. I mean, it was a scare. They were behind 13, I believe, to Siena, the 16 seed. I mean, have you ever heard of them? I think it's just blasphemous. They have on Ken Palm the highest defensive rating and the sixth highest offensive rating, and just to be behind down to a team like Siena is it's blasphemy.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with Max's take. Shooting 19% from the 3-point line, missing the first, I think, 13 threes. And the big thing that stands out to me, I know the X's and O's, it was bad all around. Their shots weren't falling. Boozers, Twins, they didn't look too comfortable in the first half. But the biggest thing to me was Duke's inability to play defense all throughout the game, quite frankly. Giving up, what was it, 18 points to Doty, that kid Gavin Doty on Siena? Kudos to
Yep.
him, but that just can't happen. And then you have to play zone because you can't play man. And I think it was just a disaster for
Hmm.
Duke basketball. And I think that's a prophecy or whatever you want to call it of a bad omen for science to come because I don't think they can make it out of that East region alive with the other teams.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think there was Siena definitely got tired near the end. They didn't have a single sub until there was like 10 seconds left in the game. So I think it's definitely heavy legs for them. Couldn't maintain that lead. I got a hot take for you guys.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. Go
I
on.
want to hear what you guys think. Duke will not make it to the Final Four.
Ooh, Duke will
Support.
not make it to the Final Four.
Joey, give me
I
your thoughts.
honestly, well, Joe, yeah. I,
Duke will make it to the Elite Eight.
Duke won't make it to the Elite Eight.
I think it's that no in my bracket that game against St. John Johnny's Red Storm. They will lose that game. If not
Wow.
before, if they don't lose tomorrow, they will lose the next game. They're losing
Wow. Joey's high
very
on St.
soon.
John's and low on Duke.
yeah.
Max, what do you
Very
think?
low on Duke.
I'm agreeing with Joey here. I mean, to be in a game that close against a Siena Bulldogs team that had, one star player in Doty, I think they don't have a chance, honestly. I mean, tomorrow they play the TCU Horned Frogs, who looked very strong against a very strong Ohio State team. Um, I just think it won't be easy for them.
Yeah, speaking of the Ohio
Tomorrow's
State
Saturday.
game, Ohio State versus TCU, that was a nail biter, especially for me. I was watching an English class, just devastated, but really glad that they came back because the first half wasn't looking too great for Ohio State.
Really bad.
So a great comeback. Do you guys think that that TCU showed you guys something that is worth noting?
TCU, I mean, they're a great team. That Ohio State team was something special. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Thornton, one of the greatest scorers in this class. I mean, it's just a matter of fact of how great he is, and I think TCU showed that with their teamwork and resilience that they can really take down any of these top schools, even if they're a 9 seed.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think TCU is a great program this year. And I think they can really do some damage in this tournament. But my opinion, the focus of the 8-9 matchup this week was St. Louis versus Georgia. And I just think the Billikens and St. Louis are a great basketball team. And I don't know. I don't know about this next round of 32. I think they could do some serious damage. I don't know if Max, you have any thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, St. Louis basketball was looking super strong last night, putting in a dominant performance against Georgia. You had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I believe is what they call him, Robbie Avila dropping 12 points, 5 and 5. You also had Dion Brown dropping 18. I mean, it's just St. Louis, a mid-major we haven't heard of in recent years, and I think they're just showing their dominance this year, and I believe they should have been placed higher seed-wise.
I completely agree. I think they're a great team.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had Georgia there, but St. Louis did play very fast, and they got to fast breaks very quickly off
Yeah.
turnovers, and I think that's the majority of what you need in college. You need to have quick tempo to catch teams off guard, and I think they did a great job of doing that.
Yeah.
Texas A&M, Saint St. Mary's. What are our thoughts on that game?
I believe most people didn't expect the upset here. A majority of people didn't expect the upset here. I
There
mean,
you
that
go.
St. Mary's team was a very good team. It's a shame that some of their players were injured and weren't fully healthy for this game. I just think that it was a rough showing for St. Mary's and that luck was not on their side.
Yeah, and I have to add on to that. I think a rematch with fully healthy squads on both sides would have been. I can argue it probably would have been a double or even triple overtime game. I mean, I think these teams. It might have been one of the best matchups despite the injuries, but injuries happen, but that was a great game nonetheless.
Okay, moving on to one one of the games I was paying most attention to, the 11 seeded Texas versus the 6 seeded BYU. Excuse me. I am really heartbreaking about this one because I had BYU in my final four. So my bracket is completely cooked now.
Oh.
But my logic behind that was AJ DeBansta just carrying the team. I thought, I knew that
Which
BYU's
he did.
yeah, no, he definitely did.
Yeah.
It just I thought it would be enough to make up for that kind of lackluster other options on the team, but it just seemed like with Kada fouling out, it just seemed like that game was cooked from the beginning, and his teammates weren't going to give it their all for him. But I think Debance, I mean, he's going to be a force in the NBA, and that's why I took them all the way to the Final Four. What are your guys' thoughts?
So last week I talked about BYU's high upside and low floor. I think the BYU offense is only reliant on AJ DeBansa, and although he had 35, had a great game, his efficiencies were a little suspect. I mean, I think he could have done better shooting, better shot selection, swing the ball a couple more times. But there's nothing he could have done in that game. He was getting double teamed for most of the game. It was just nothing he could do.
Yeah, just to add to that last part about the double team. I mean, BYU lost their best 3-point shooter, and quite frankly, their kind of 2A, 2B option behind Debasa with Rob White, the third, their point guard. And he was Saunders, this guy, tore his ACL back in February for Birmingham Young. And he was just a great 3-point shooter, really expanded the floor for BYU and kind of created these one-on-one options for Debasa that he frankly hasn't gotten since because of the double team. But I think that's a big loss. And whether Saunders stays, whether Debasa stays, that would be a very scary team next year. Very, very scary. But Debasa will probably go to the NBA, so we'll never know.
hmm And just adding on to that, I think Texas had a great player in Modest Titus. I think that's how you pronounce his name. 23 points, 16 rebounds, looked like an unstoppable force at the center position. And I actually got a new nickname to propose for you guys. You ready?
Let's
Ooh.
hear it. Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
The Star of the Lone Star State.
Mm.
Thoughts about that one.
Okay. I mean, it's clever.
Yep.
I'm not sure it'll stick. But I mean, I like it. I don't like him though, and sorry,
Oh,
I apologize.
What?
shots
But we'll get
fired.
we'll get in on that a little later on. When we have our player and bum of the week.
hmm
So let's move on now to Kentucky Santa Clara,
Ooh.
which happened recently.
hmm
Um, Me and Max did not get the opportunity to watch that. I don't know if Joey got. No, yeah. So we were in class and couldn't watch it, but we all saw the clip.
Yep.
of the Kentucky insane half court shot. And that's why we love March. I mean, just unexpected things, half court shots, buzzer beaters. What do you guys think of that shot? I mean, that was insane.
I
Unbelievable.
mean, crazy, crazy way to end a crazy madness game. Really, in the whole game, they were really just ramming it out towards each other. Really close game the entire way through. um, and I mean, those last couple shots, I think, are a perfect metaphor for what the entire game was. You had Kentucky down 2 with 15 seconds to go. They hit a quick putback layup, I believe. And then Santa Clara's on the break. They get a clutch 3. And then that half court heave is just what tied it up and sent it to OT. And I think that half court heave is what brought the momentum on Kentucky's side.
Yeah, I mean, when I didn't get to watch the game, obviously, but looking at the box score, you see Ortega always score 30+ points. That's just unbelievable. He's an unbelievable player. And I think Kentucky has a chance to, I wouldn't call them a Cinderella only because they're a blue blood school with top draft picks every year. But I do think that's a team that could do some damage in this weekend, round of 32. And if they keep going, Sweet 16, I think they're a solid, underestimated basketball club led by Ortega.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Joey, we appreciate your time. We know you got to get going. We appreciate all that you have contributed to here. How's your bracket looking, Joe?
I mean, I think I got all 16 out of my 16 Sweet 16 teams left. So that's usually, as an analyst, I usually look at that to make sure I have all 16. But
Mhm.
haven't won too many of the round of 64 games. But
Really? What cost you? What games?
it was a lot of, I was predicting upsets that didn't necessarily happen, especially in the
Yep.
5 and 12. I think we only had the high point game. I mean, this year's not going to be filled with a lot of upsets. I kind of believe
Yep.
that, and I think there's going to be a lot of 1 seeds. But Tom Izzo, Jeremy Fears, Michigan State basketball. The Spartans will be cutting down the nets this year, and you can have
Okay.
me back on this podcast when they do.
Okay,
All
bold
right.
claim
Yes,
from
sir.
Joey. You heard it here first. Joey, we appreciate you.
Thank you,
Have a
boys.
good night.
You too.
See you, Joe.
All right, so if we are Joe, you can leave. Yeah. um so looking now, we're gonna do something. I'm gonna introduce something here. Obviously, I've mentioned before, not a huge college basketball guy. So I thought of something we could do. Max made his own bracket. I made a bracket, but just forget about it for now. And then I asked ChatGPT to make me a bracket using statistics, excuse me, using analytics and just knowledge on March Madness trends, upsets, all that. So getting to it now. And then I also made a random bracket where I pulled up a number generator and did the entire bracket through randomizers. And let me just start with that one. That one is at 23.9% right now, with a max amount of points as 730. My winner for that one was Idaho. So that's why right there it picked 15 seed Idaho to win it all. And obviously that wasn't going to happen. Now my ChatGPT bracket, however, is at 85.1%, with a maximum amount of points at 1,870 points. So Max, how's your bracket doing? Let me check it out.
My bracket currently stands at 66%. 2/3
Okay.
of all my guesses were good.
Okay,
I
so
think I was. Oh yeah, yeah,
that means that the ChatGPT is in front. The AI is beating you right now.
yeah.
AI
It
is
is.
beating Max Lee, pro sports analyst, right now. What do you think about that?
I mean, honestly, moving forward, should we just rely on AI and ChatGPT to make our brackets?
That's what I was thinking. Like, what if we just like every year we're just like, all right, create this, fill out this bracket. We could win some big money if we do this. I'm wondering though how it's going to continue. They had a lot of upsets in their round of 64. All of them had High Point. I mean, they had it all. I'm trying to see what the only game they missed on. They
Was
had
the Villanova Utah State game.
Villanova, Utah State game. Yeah. Yeah, they had BYU beating
Yep.
Texas, and then Chat GPT also had Vanderbilt over. Oh no, they had McNeese over Vanderbilt. So an upset that did not happen. Vanderbilt obviously won 78-68, I think, recently.
Mhm.
So moving on now, we have a player of the week and a bum of the week. Max, give me your player of the week.
So my player of the week, to me, there's only one true option. Really pulling through second half, it has to be Terrence Hill Jr. He
Mm.
dropped 34, 5-5 in the most fashionable way possible against UNC. He showed what resilience looks like for a mid major like VCU. They're historically not a great team at basketball, but Terrence Hill Jr., star player, he might be a name up there with your Doug Eaterts, with your blanking on the name. You get what I'm saying here.
I understand the point.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be star on a Cinderella team like VCU. I think he's obviously the star of or player of the week. Who's your player of the week, Daff?
I would have to agree with you on that. Terrence Hill Jr. looked unbelievable against UNC. Um, and in order to pull off that upset, yeah, we know like teams they need that guy that they can rely on to take that clutch shot to guard the best player. Like Terrence Hill Jr. was all of that for them in the 34-point performance that he had. He it's also I like to look at right away the efficiency. He was 70% from three, and 50% from the field. That's the free throw line. He was 56% from the field, so even better. So what I look at when I look at college guys and their potential to play in the NBA, I look at their efficiency, the shots they're going to knock down, and that's what impressed me with him in his 34-point performance in the first round. Who knows? Maybe he could take that VCU team further in the tournament. I just realized that we forgot to ask Joey the questions for Joey, which were supposed to be hot hitters. But I mean, I could ask them to you, Max. No.
Oh, I mean, yeah, hit me.
All right, let's do it. So, quick hitter questions to Max Lee. Let's go. What is the biggest surprise win so far for you, and why?
Well, I mean, it has to be that 12-seeded High Point team winning against a strong 5 seed in Wisconsin. They honestly looked like a great team against that Wisconsin team, and I could see them making a Cinderella run potentially in this March.
Wow, Will's going to be happy for that. Who's this year's Cinderella for you? Is it High
Um,
Point or is it St. Louis?
well, High Point could be Cinderella for sure, but my personal favorite for Cinderella this year would be St. Louis.
That's what I thought.
They had great, efficient offense, and I think they scored 66 points in the paint, which is complete dominance against that Georgia team. I mean, Georgia was getting toyed with like a dog. What can you say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Next question: who is the most fraudulent team in your opinion?
Duke. It has to
Duke.
be Duke. Duke has got to be the most fraudulent team in this tournament so far. I mean,
Wow.
if it weren't for the boozers, where would this Duke team be? Their offense is horrendous. That first half was the worst thing I have ever watched. I believe they were 2 for 15, 3 for 15 from the three in the first half. Abysmal. Duke is one of the greatest teams in the history of college basketball, and for them to be that inefficient and that lackluster in the first half, I think it's just a sign to see that they're going to be a fraud.
Do you have them over TCU?
I think that TCU game, it's going to be a really good game. I think if TCU gets rolling, gets all the shots, and if Duke is inefficient, playing like they did against Siena, I think they'll definitely lose to TCU.
Wow. I'm not completely out on Duke yet, partly because I need them to win the entire thing. But Duke, I mean, it's the basketball program. Like there's no
Yep.
way in my mind I see them losing in a round of 32 game. That especially this team. I think Boozer can still carry this team, and I think other guys will kind of get those first game jitters out of their system and step up versus TCU.
Yep.
So far, who's the player of the tournament? Is it Terrence Hill Jr.? And we kind of already answered that.
I think you could narrow it down to 3 players. I think if AJ DeBanza and BYU were to make a deep run into the tournament, there's definitely the argument for him being player of the tournament, MVP, honestly, for carrying his offense. Other than that, you have Terrence Hill Jr., which we stated earlier. Incredible game. Incredible game. I cannot stress that enough. But there's also 2 other players we haven't talked about yet. Otega Owe. I mean, he had a great game. He had 35, 8, and 7. And he's the one who hit that half-court buzzer beater to force OT against Santa Clara.
Huge.
His efficiencies were looking great. I mean, I think he's going to be a breakout player this tournament. Maybe, lead Kentucky to a great run. And then another player who's been relentless all year, Darius Acuff Jr. I mean, I think ESPN top 100, potentially the greatest scorer in this class, top 3 greatest scorer in this class. He against Hawaii, he had 24 points and 7 assists. He was looking unstoppable like he has been all year. And I think Arkansas could definitely make a deep run this year.
All right, now we're gonna move on to bum of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna reference someone that you said earlier, that you praised earlier even.
Wow.
I'm gonna roll it back to Mattis. How do you say his last name?
Oh my God, that is a horrendous take. Mattis Vokatitis, there's no way he's your bum of the week.
No, 100%, 100%. Are you kidding me? So, okay, yes, he had a wonderful game. He at the free throw line, he completely blacked out. He completely blacked out, and it made him vulnerable to the team. You saw it in the last couple minutes. BYU would just foul him. That was their whole strategy. It was a crime that he was still in the game at that point, because coach should have realized, hey, you're a liability to the team. We got to pull you. I understand the scoring was good, but when it comes to basketball, you have to hit free throws late in the game. That's what it comes down to. That's what people foul to try to come back.
When it comes to basketball, you have to score and rebound. 23 points and 16 rebounds. There's no way you're calling him the bum of the week. There are so many worse players. And also, I think he was up there on my star player of the week list. I mean, 23 points and 16 rebounds against a good BYU team.
3 and 11 from the line. Missed 7 in a row in the fourth quarter. 7 in a row. You're a college basketball player. You can't hit 7 free throws. I mean, if it was Shaq, like Shaq's the only person that I would let miss 7 free throws.
In that game, Mattis Vokatitis was as dominant as Shaq. He was towering over everyone, playing like a beast in that game. There's no way he's your bum of the week.
He could have had 35 if he had his free throws. He could have been the player of the week if he had his free throws.
He didn't need to hit his free throws, and they still beat BYU. That is how good he played that night.
Comes down to fundamentals. You got to hit your free throws late in the game if you want to win basketball games. I guarantee you that will be a reason if he doesn't clean it up, because I think he's 50% from the free throw line this year. So he's not like this. This is unusual. Like, he's usually a 50-50 guy when it comes to his free throws. He stunk it up big time when it came down, when it mattered, and that's what scares me about the future of this Texas team in the tournament. All right, we can move on now. To some World Baseball Classic talk.
World Baseball Classic. I know Huge fan of World Baseball Classic. I actually tuned into this World Baseball Classic game.
Let's
U.S.
go.
was in the finals versus a strong Venezuela team. My first question for you is, was this a U.S. disappointment or a Venezuelan triumph?
I'm going to say 100% a U.S. disappointment. And here's why. The strikeouts were just inexcusable for guys that have been around the league and are considered the stars of the league. They couldn't string together a couple of hits. I mean, it was absurd. I'm just trying to jog my memory right now because it was Tuesday, but they couldn't string hits together any inning. Every single inning, it was like, okay, chopper to second, out, fly out. Every single inning was out, maybe a single, and then an out. Like, you can't win the championship of the World Baseball Classic without bloop single, gapper double. Like, you got to string some innings together to beat this Venezuelan team. I think Bryce Harper's home run was a huge energy shift for the U.S. And then I think Aaron Judge sucked the life out of the exact inning because Bryce Harper hits a home run and then Aaron Judge comes up and strikes out for the third time that night. I mean, you can't call yourself the captain of Team USA when you strike out 3 times in the championship. He might have struck out.
You can't
4
even.
times.
You can't call your player. You can't call yourself the best player in the MLB. If you
No.
strike out, it's ridiculous.
And he just looked lost the entire game up in the box. And I know Roman Anthony did strike out there at the end to finish the game and get Venezuela the win. I'm not trying to take away anything from Venezuela, by the way. Huge props to them. They played a hell of a tournament. I mean, just those guys, powerful, passionate, had a lot of spirit for their country in that game, and you could definitely tell throughout the whole tournament. I want to say this. Because we said last week how the Red Sox, it was a great tournament for the Red Sox. I want to say this: the World Baseball Classic home run leaders. I'm going to go down the list.
Let's hear it.
The Dominican Republic had 15 and is in first. So these are teams. Italy had 12. Venezuela had 11. And the Boston Red Sox outfield had 10. The Boston Red Sox outfield had 10, and that is including Wilyer Abreu, Jarren Duran, Roman Anthony, and Masataka Yoshida is also included in that list. You can call him an outfielder, you can call him a DH. He's considered an outfielder in my book. Great look for the Red Sox. I am so pumped up for this season. Analysts were saying we weren't even going to have 20 home runs from a guy this season. And, I mean, we completely proved them wrong. Very high upside for this Red Sox team in an already stacked pitching rotation. So I'm very high on them. Opening day next Thursday. So we'll have time to talk about it next week in our podcast.
And just a quick add on to that. Do you think that this is the year for the Red Sox?
I think looking at it right now, because I never like to make predictions before the season even starts, because baseball is one of those sports where a team that's supposed to be really good sucks, and a team that was like, okay, hold on, this, like the Royals, I think can be that team that they shouldn't be good, and now they're a World Series contender. But right now, looking at it, yes, I think the Red Sox are the 2026 World Series champions. I think they have talent. I think the only thing they might be lacking is experience a little bit. They don't have that veteran guy, which is why the signing of Alex Bregman would have been huge. And free agency was kind of a miss for them, I'd say. But they definitely have guys. They definitely have talent. The rotation is stacked. Bullpen, they need to find a couple of guys to go on the front end of the bullpen. But the back end of the bullpen with Weissert, why am I blanking? Oh, Whitlock and Chapman. I mean, those 3 guys, there's no coming back when those 3 guys are slated for the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. So I think I'm very excited for this team.
All right. Just
Um,
quickly transitioning
yeah.
us here. I think that's all for the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Anything else I wanted to say? Oh, no. Never mind.
all right. Moving on swiftly from that, the NBA. Not a lot of games to talk about here, more events to talk about. And Dab, I just wanted to hear your thoughts on Cade Cunningham and his lung.
Huge for the Celtics. Absolutely huge for the Celtics. I think Celtics are the team out of the East now.
A man's getting injured, and all you're worried about is the Celtics.
Okay, I should have started differently, and my head just went right to the Celtics because this is Massachusetts. Um, but yeah, um, I'm sorry for Cade and his family. Um, it's not good. What was it? A lung collapse? What
Collapsed
happened?
lung, yep.
Wow, that's rough. Not not saying that that I'm happy in any way. I'm just focusing on the results of the matter. When does he come back? How many weeks?
I don't think it's known yet. I believe he'll be
I think
out
it's
until the beginning of playoffs, mid
okay.
playoffs, maybe the rest of the year.
Okay, so they definitely still are going to be a great team in come playoff time.
Hmm.
If K does come back, but I mean, I think this is going to affect their seeding. I think Celtics will finish the season as the 1 seed.
Hmm.
Um, and they will have that first round bye. Um, yeah, what do you think?
I mean, you got to be sorry for Cade Cunningham. The Pistons looked like they were going to be a 1 seed this year. Cade was averaging ridiculous numbers,
Yeah.
MVP caliber season. But now with this injury, the door's open for the Celtics. If there's a time to capitalize on anything, it has to be now. The Celtics, I mean, they're going to look strong, they're going to look powerful. And I think, honestly, it should be a cakewalk for them if Cade's injured straight to the NBA Finals,
Yeah.
which will be their first, I think, challenge of the playoffs.
Yeah. I think the West is definitely more scary than the East. I mean, 100%. But
Mhm.
especially the Los Angeles Lakers showcasing it in recent events, especially Luka Doncic.
Luka's looking scary.
I mean, averaging like 40 in the last 8 games. So I mean, it's all you really need. You don't even need a LeBron who again is doing ridiculously well at the age of
Uh,
40. What is he? 42, 41, 40,
40, 41?
41? I don't know.
Producer's a
We'll see if
child.
producer Brody knows anything. LeBron's doing excellent. He had 30 points against the Rockets, going 12 13 from the field. They're on a roll. They are looking very dominant in the West, and I mean a whole bunch of those teams. I mean, Thunder is always a team. Um, but
The Nuggets. The
yeah,
Nuggets are
Nuggets
also
big
looking
time for
great.
sure. So it's definitely we definitely have to worry. I'm saying we, like I'm on the team. The Celtics definitely have to worry about the West more than the East. I think they will have a relatively easy route to the finals. What can we take away from that Celtics Warriors game? JB making a little history there.
I mean, JB entered top 10 all-time scoring list for the Celtics that night. And I think it's time for people to start asking the questions about JB. Is he in the starting five all-time for the Celtics? Is he a contender for the MVP this year? Those are the questions that need to be asked, and I want you to answer those questions. So, first of all,
Hold on, I
do
don't
you
even.
think that in a
I don't even want to answer the first question you said. What did you say? Do you think he's top 5 all time for the Celtics in the starting five?
top five all-time for the Celtics, or not top five, starting five all-time Celtics, name your players, because you sound like you don't think Jaylen Brown's in there.
Well, I don't have. Okay, hold on. I don't have a ton of Celtics like knowledge, but I mean, you got to put
Yep.
uh, Paul Pierce. Who else? Who else up there? Okay,
Paul
Bill Russell.
Pierce, Tatum, Larry
Yeah,
Bird,
I mean Tatum's gonna be. Yeah, Larry Bird. Are you kidding me? I mean, who's that fifth guy? Ray Allen.
Ray Allen. Oh my God.
What do you mean? Couldn't shoot from NBA like you Ray Allen.
Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, we got to do some research on this. I think we got to be forgetting about someone. I think if we say that Jaylen Brown is the all-time,
I think Jaylen Brown can slot in right at that too. Honestly, the
wow.
only other contender against him would really be Ray Allen. I mean, and when Ray Allen got to the Celtics, sure he was good. He wasn't the best in his career at that moment. Jaylen Brown has to be considered for the Celtics starting five all time.
Okay, so what's your starting five then?
Starting five, top to bottom. Ooh, that's a hard list.
I mean,
is this all time peaks or is this historically their entire
I mean, when
career?
you think of like an all-time roster, I'm definitely having Russell at the 5, Tatum at the 3 or 4. We can adjust as needed. Probably Tatum at the 4. You got to have Paul Pierce. And you got to have Paul Pierce and Bird.
Yeah. So here's how I would go.
Cozy.
We're gonna start at the 5 because that's where it gets easy. So Bill Russell at my 5, obviously, without a doubt. I'd probably have Jason Tatum at my 4, Larry Bird at my 3. They can switch. Shooting guard, I would go Jaylen Brown. I think he is generational talent for these Celtics.
You're leaving Bob Cousy out of this lineup?
That's where Bob Cousy fits at my 1. Bob Cousy at my 1. Or if we're going,
who are you leaving out? Are you leaving out Pierce or Bird?
I didn't leave out Bird. I'm leaving out Pierce.
Wait. Let me hear this.
I'm leaving out Pierce.
I must have missed something.
You're
leaving out Paul Pierce?
I'm leaving out Paul Pierce to
hell
put
no.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown
Crazy.
in my starting 5 all-time Celtics.
Crazy.
That's where it gets controversial, and I think that's just I don't know if it's recency bias or if Jaylen Brown's just looking really good this year, but honestly, I think
he's looking good. No, I'm not
he's looking really
away from
really
him.
good.
Yeah, I mean,
really good.
Really good. Some nights he shows up, some nights he doesn't. I'll just say that. Mine is Bob Cousy, Bird, Pierce, Tatum, Russell. I mean, there's no other way to do it. I think Jaylen Brown, like, I don't know. I think if you ask 10 Celtics fans that same question, I think it's a.
You don't think he pops up once?
He might pop up once, maybe, but like,
oh my,
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I
don't think I ever mentioned my point guard. If it's peaks, I would have to go Bob Cousy or Isaiah Thomas, but I think it's going to be Bob Cousy. Just,
yeah,
greatest player historically.
Isaiah Thomas on the one. But also, we're leaving out Kyrie here too.
Kyrie.
Like if we're thinking all-time peaks, like not maybe with the team, or are we thinking all-time like as a Celtic, their top 5? Because that's two different conversations. Kyrie definitely, if we're talking all-time peaks.
I just don't think you can put Kyrie in your starting lineup because the fans hate him. If your fans hate you, then there's no way you can start for them.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think any of the fans would have Kyrie up there except for maybe me. But big thing I took away from Celtics Warriors, not last night, 2 nights ago, was Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are playing together, man. They're playing a collective game. It's like the Jays are back. The Jays are back. They're assisting each other. I think you even saw that in the first game when it might have not been the first game, might have been the second or third. When Tatum was back, when Brown lobbed it up to Tatum, and it was a bad lob because they lobbed it when they were at like the 3-point line. They were so excited to get this highlight, and Tatum couldn't bring it down, but they ended up getting the points anyways. Anyway, they're playing together. The duo is back. This is the team out of the East. This is the team to win the NBA Finals. I know I'm sounding just like a crazy Boston sports team saying that the Red Sox and the Celtics will both win the world championship, but I think it's a very well possibility, probably more for the Celtics than the Red Sox, just because we haven't seen the Red Sox play yet. And we'll talk about them next week for sure.
Just another thing to add
yeah.
on from last week. I don't know if I stated this or not, but it's what I believe. Or what I believed. I didn't think that Tatum and Brown could work together like this. And I will have to admit, I was wrong after watching that Warriors game. They're one of the best duos, maybe the best duo Celtics history. It was insane.
Max was wrong. You heard it here first. He has admitted it. That duo is very good. Tatum, I don't think even had to really do anything. I'm not thinking of the right game. Never mind. The 2 games ago when Brown went absolutely off with 40 something, Tatum was I was watching the last bit of it, and Tatum was just sitting in the corner. He was letting Jaylen Brown go to work. And I think that's why these two are so good at playing with each other. They recognize when each other are hot, like when they're in the zone, and when they're struggling. So
Yep.
I think it's a very good dynamic. I think we can move on to a little bit of a extra segment here,
Yep.
which is ranking. So Rory McElroy picked the dinner for the Masters. If you don't know, the winner of the Masters gets to pick the previous year gets to pick what they have for the dinner. So let's see what you think here, Max. For the appetizers, we have peach and ricotta flatbread rock shrimp. That's a lot of words. You know what
no,
that is?
no.
You want to break that down for me?
It's actually peach and ricotta flatbread or rock shrimp tempura or bacon wrapped
Oh,
dates or grilled elk sliders there. Little
oh
a
God.
little slip up on your part.
Okay. So, the appetizers are peach and ricotta flatbread,
Yep.
rock shrimp, tempura bacon wrapped dates, and elk sliders. I'm not a foodie, Max. I don't know what this stuff is.
To be completely honest with you, I haven't had half the things here. I don't think I've had any of the things here, if we're
Why
being
doesn't he just
completely
choose
honest.
burgers and fries and like maybe some calamari? You know?
This is that life that you live if you're of
Yes.
that fame. Just taking it at a base level, peach and ricotta flatbread does sound. I mean, sounds good. I don't really know. Rock shrimp tempura,
Yeah.
bacon wrapped dates. That sounds nasty. I mean, sure, dates are okay. Wrapping them in
What are
bacon.
dates?
Little dried reddish fruits. I don't really know. I think it tastes kind of
Why not
sweet.
just bacon? I feel like the bacon's fine as it is.
I mean, why would you add that to a date in the first
Nah,
place? I mean,
yeah.
grilled elk sliders as well.
I
I
don't know
mean,
about that. I
I've
don't
never
know
had
how elk
elk.
sounds to me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would just taste like deer.
Yeah.
I've
All right,
never had deer either,
let's
but
get
I
to the
don't.
main dish.
Yeah,
The appetizers are weird. I might just skip that if I was
yeah.
eating that. The main is yellowfin excuse me. Yellowfin tuna carpaccio. Dude, I don't know what this is. And Wagyu filet mignon or
Heard of that one.
smoked salmon.
Heard of that one.
Do you like that?
So
Do you like that?
I mean, I had to search up what a yellowfin tuna carpaccio was.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm searching it up here. A thinly sliced raw sushi grade yellowfin tuna,
Oh,
seasoned with some olive oil, lemons, and capers. I mean,
I like
to
tuna.
me, it just sounds like tuna. Just sounds like tuna, man. I mean,
Why don't we just have tuna fish
not much. Yeah,
sandwiches?
there's not much there. A wagyu filet mignon. I mean, that sounds good. I don't know. Have you ever
Okay.
had wagyu?
I've never had Wagyu or filet mignon.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I went to Japan this past summer and I had some wagyu. I mean, pretty darn
Good?
good. I mean, I think
Okay.
it's too fatty, a little too fatty for my liking.
Well,
Uh,
Rory McElroy's got a little bit of a
yeah.
yeah.
And
Alright.
seared salmon. You've had salmon, right? Come on.
I've had salmon. I don't like salmon. I don't like
Wow.
seafood. not a seafood guy. I know that people are gonna be like, man, this guy doesn't like any food, but I do actually. So
And moving on to the dessert here, we have a sticky toffee pudding. I mean, that sounds very
yeah, look
English
at a
or
picture of this.
Irish. Let's get a
Oh,
picture
no,
of that up.
the pudding. I like
Um,
chocolate pudding.
it's a moist sponge cake with chopped dates drenched in a warm toffee sauce and served with ice cream.
Mm.
I mean I don't know what Roy McElroy's addiction is with these dates, but they must be pretty darn good if he's putting them in his
Yeah.
meals here.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that.
Whoa, hold
Brody
on, hold on,
Myers.
hold on, hold on.
Okay,
One
okay.
more thing, one more thing. Because you don't seem to be liking any of these foods, Dav.
No.
Give me your best appetizer, main, and dessert. Let's go
Ooh.
right now.
Appetizer. I said it earlier. Calamari. I love me some
Calamari.
calamari.
I thought you don't like seafood.
I don't. I don't know why I like calamari. I I usually don't like seafood, but that calamari's good.
Nice.
That's about all I have for my appetizers, and then for my main, I'll probably do like a smash burger. I don't know. I'm a very
Smash.
simple guy. Like I don't like I don't do anything crazy with my food. Just a smash burger with some ketchup, onions,
Some mustard.
maybe some fries on the side, maybe a little bit of mustard. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. And
Let's get
dessert. Ooh.
crazy. Dessert. I like the when you're at restaurants. I like when they have the ice cream, but it's like there's like chocolate, but it's like warm, and then the ice cream makes it a little cold. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the fudge. Oh, it's so I don't know what it's called because I'm not a foodie.
So it's just ice cream with fudge. Is that where you're going at here?
But like hot. It's like hot and cold at the
So
same
ice
time.
cream
It's
with hot
crazy.
fudge.
Have you ever had it?
I mean, let me search this up. It sounds pretty
We're
good.
getting
You're
way
saying
off. No, 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 no.
ice
All right.
cream
We want to give you guys
with
some
hot
March
fudge.
Madness updates really quick. Our producer Brody Myers has put some stuff in the chat for us. Thank you to Brody Myers doing the X's and O's behind the scenes.
Crossing the
Um,
T's and dotting the
Iowa
I's.
is destroying Clemson, but not capitalizing on mistakes. Okay, they are up 11 going into the half. St. John's are up 10-0 in the first 2 minutes. So Joey was very
Wow.
high on St. John's.
They're up
So
13-0 right now against Northern Iowa.
wow.
Looking very,
Okay,
very
so
good.
maybe Joey's prediction was correct.
Mm-hmm. Just looking here.
What do you got for that fudge sundae thing? It might be called a fudge sundae.
Oh, that's definitely what it's called. Hold on.
Isn't that a
Fudge
thing?
sundae. Hot fudge sundae. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
It looks like vanilla ice cream, a little bit of fudge on it.
All right, we got to call Rory. We got to call Rory McElroy.
Yeah. You gotta tell him. You gotta tell him what you want. If you're gonna
I
be there,
do.
had a great golf season.
Yeah, that's. If anyone who doesn't know, that is not true. I was on JV golf, and I was the worst on JV golf.
87 on a par 3 course, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't have to go into specifics, but I do believe I got worse as the season went on. I think this next summer is a growing season for me to practice and develop. So
And maybe this summer you can catch some split field golf. You never know.
oh, we could do a little
We could do a
live
little.
golf episode where we talk
Yeah.
in between hits.
Yeah. I like the sound of that.
All right. We're getting to the end of the podcast. As always, guys, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you so much. Recommend us to a friend. Let's make this thing big. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagrams, splitfield.podcast on Instagram, on TikTok, on anything. We're there. We're working on getting us on Apple Music and Apple Podcasts, so beware of that. But thank you guys for watching. Max, any last words?
Thank you for your everlasting dedication to our fellow viewers
Okay,
and listeners.
Shakespeare.
So yeah, I'll
All
leave you with
right.
that note.
All right, guys. As always, signing off. See you later.